The Oz Man Cometh, Part 2, my top 3 songs from each Ozzy Osbourne solo studio album. We're opening up with No Rest for the Wicked, released in 1988. So I was around 10 years old or so. Had an older brother. My older brother, I remember, he's 4 years older than me. I listened to Ozzy, AC/DC, Metallica, and Guns N' Roses. Those are the 4 bands I remember him listening to. And he exposed me to Ozzy Osbourne, and I remember seeing the pictures and album covers. I'm like, oh man, that was creepy. But listening to this record, I heard some of the hits before, but I think this is one of the first records I heard all the way through. So absolutely has a special place in my heart. No Rest for the Wicked. We're enter Zakk Wylde. One of my favorite guitar players of all time. And then I believe Bob Daisley comes back, and he's a definitely songwriting partner. And there's some controversy on previous albums, I believe, of whether he wrote the songs or not. He says he absolutely did. And judging by the albums he was on, I would say he's probably right. So yeah, I love this album. It's one of my favorite Ozzy Osbourne records. And let's just start. Miracle Man, the opening track number 1. I think the opening riff is fantastic from Zakk. It's one of my favorite solo tunes from Ozzy. Miracle Man got busted. A strong solo from Zakk, just the whole thing about it. This song was sung about one of those very popular evangelical preachers, and someone who's always on TV and things like that. But love this song, one of my faves from Ozzy. And then let's just keep going strong. Track number 3, Crazy Babies. Jamming guitar to open it up. I've always liked this one from the get-go. Miracle Man and Crazy Babies have been 2 of my favorite songs of this album from the first time I've heard it, and they're still up there. I like the chug to the song. Crazy Babies. Yeah, just cool. I just something about it, just as a kid. I mean, I'm tapping into myself 30 plus years ago, and when I hear it, it takes me back. But I've never soured on this album. I think over time I like even more and more songs deeper than I did before. And then my next track 3, not track 3, my favorite third favorite song on this is going to be Fire in the Sky. This is more of a mellower song. It has a slow build to it. I like the drum beat that it's going. It's repetitive, but you just can feel the song beating. Got the keyboard going. It's a little like choir singing. And then the hooks enter, and I just think it's an awesome song. Kind of gives me goosebumps when I listen to it. But top 3 songs from No Rest for the Wicked, Miracle Man, Crazy Babies, and Fire in the Sky. And then here comes No More Tears. This is also one of my favorite albums, and it's definitely nostalgia with No Rest for the Wicked and No More Tears. This one's released in 1991, and I remember I was playing video games in my room, and my older brother brings this album home. I don't remember the game I was playing, but I remember we had a CD player next to where I was sitting, and he said, hey, give this a listen. I put it in, and I mean, from the opening track, Mr. Tinker Train, all the way through, it's just like, I think this was one of the first albums that I listened to at just a young age, where I liked it from front to back. And so I've listened to this one more than any other Ozzy album, including Black Sabbath, and I'm Not Gonna Take Mama, I'm Coming Home, No More Tears, Road to Nowhere. I like those songs, and I probably listened to them the most back when I was younger. And so some of these other songs have grown on me, but I've always liked Mr. Tinker Train. The opening, this one, it's rocky. It's like a chunky, classic Zakk Wylde guitar playing. Just like the way that it builds, and then the chorus comes, and you get more of that energy, up tempo. I love it. Mr. Tinker Train, powerful song. Get the blood pumping, add it to that workout playlist, or you're driving. Just a classic. I wish that song would be more prominent in Ozzy's set list, but when you have a big hit like No More Tears and Mama, I'm Coming Home, I get it. The next song I'm going to go with is S-I-N, Sin. So to me, the guitar opening has this like bluesy feel to it, and then it gets this like chugging track again. Like the rhythm section. I like the riffing from Zach and the vocal work from the Prince of Darkness here. And then I've always been a fan of pick harmonics, and I think that's was pretty prominent in Zach's work. And yeah, I like the song the more and more I listen to it. And so when I've listened to this album over the last year or so, SIN is one of the tracks that I just listen to the most. And so that's why it enters my top three. And then I'm going to go with Hellraiser. So Lemmy Kilmister wrote with Ozzy. They were buds, wrote with Ozzy a lot on this one. So this song's really cool. I also like the version where Lemmy is on it as well. So you can buy that one on iTunes or, listen to it on YouTube, wherever you can stream your music. And so Hellraiser, yeah, energetic rocker. I like the vocal work, the guitar riffing from Zach again, and then it's just another song that just gets me swaying my head. And so when you can have the music move you, that's it's good. So we're going top three from No More Tears is Mr. Tinker Train, SIN, and Hellraiser. But really, any of these songs, you can't go with it. It just what a hit machine this album was, and it just tells you how talented bringing Lemmy in to co-write with Ozzy. His influence was just excellent. All right, now we're going 1995, so some years go by, 3 or 4 years, how some musicians change a little bit. Geezer Butler is now playing bass with Ozzy Osbourne, so he leaves Black Sabbath again. From my notes, it had Zakk Wylde and Steve Vai. And so I need to check. I think there was different writing, but Zach was not on the tour, I don't believe, for Osmosis. And then has Dean from Journey on the drums. So I want to go back and look at this one, read this one again, because it surprised me, even though I bought this record when it came out. So I was in high school and I was pretty popular with my metal friends at the time. And so, yeah, I want to go back and see who was in the band at the time. But, like I said in the part one, Ozzy just always surrounds himself with excellent musicians. And so this one, coming off No More Tears, had high hopes for it. This one doesn't get as much love as I think it should be, as it should. But to me, it's one of those ones that's really important in my life. A lot of good memories associated to it. So we're gonna go Perry Mason, number one. The keyboard in the beginning to open it up, and then you have the march of that drum beat and rhythm section, and then the hooks begin. And so I just think it's like really top notch, catchy guitar work. It's a very strong song. And then, yeah, it's one that was on my playlist for a long time. And like I said, that want to get some energy out playlist, driving. And then who can we get on the case? Better get Perry Mason. Awesome, awesome song. I had a few to choose from on this record. And so the other one I went with is See You on the Other Side. And so when I was a senior in high school, we had to do this project. I think it was like the meaning of life. And so a lot of people were just trying to figure that out, but we could play music too. And so one of the gals, her name was Julie, played See You on the Other Side. I remember hearing it and it just gave me goosebumps. And I was like kicking myself of why I didn't play that song. And so I've liked that one from always. And then with the passing of Ozzy, listening to that song now just has a different meaning for me. And it still gives me the chills when I listen to it. So that's a really cool song. And then the other song I'm going to go is the album Closer, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so this is the bonus one. So disregard 11 and 12 is Old LA Tonight. Catchy piano tune, a little rock from Oz. Zakk Wylde's solo kicks in. I think it's Zach. I mean, maybe it's Steve Vai. I got to go back and look at that, like I said. I just think the solo is perfect for this song and a highlight. And you know what? It's going to be all right. And Old LA Tonight. Oh, top three songs on Osmosis: Perry Mason, See You on the Other Side, and Old LA Tonight. All right, let's do one more album for part two. This is going to be Down to Earth. Sad to say it, this was a definitely, I was excited for this album to come out, but it definitely was a letdown from, just the work beforehand and the ones that I listened to the most with No Rest For, No More Tears, and then Osmosis. This one just didn't have as much listens for me. And even when I go back and listen to it, I'm not finding the gems that maybe I missed, which we'll hear about in a part three. But number one, I'm going to go with the lead single, Gets Me Through. Definitely the best track on here. I think it has that classic Ozzy sound. It's sludgy, like a sludge groove vibe on this one. And so good guitar playing from, I believe Zach Wild is in the band. Maybe he's back in the band at this point. So yeah, Get Me Through, dig that one. The next one I'm gonna go with is another single they released is Dreamer. This is the ballad on the album. Um, Ozzy just has a lot of really good mellow ballady type songs, and with his unique voice, and really strong songwriting, he just can knock it out of the park. And I think he sings well over the piano, and it's good. It's stellar work. And yeah, Get Me Through, Dreamer. And then I'm gonna go with, and I actually picked it today. I was going between a few songs, and I want to go with That I Never Had. So that's track number 5. And really, I picked this one because the guitar work is what stands out to me. I just like the riffing that's going on throughout the song. The guitar playing is the highlight of That I Never Had. So top 3 songs from Down to Earth: Get Me Through, Dreamer, and That I Never Had. All right, y'all, that concludes part 2. I think I'll do one more part. We'll round out the rest of Ozzy's solo catalog. And then in the future, I'll do his Black Sabbath work. But you Ozzy fans, I'm curious what your favorite songs are on these albums. All right, have a good one.